don't you think for 1 minute that I'm a cheerleader for Donald Trump. What I'm trying to do here today is to convince you Trump supporters or Trump followers or Trump cultists that Trump does not want you to attack Asians or Asian Americans or Chinese Americans. The problem with Donald Trump is he won't take responsibility for the things that he is implying. So he called it the China virus. Okay? And yeah, people are rightfully saying that's a cause, that may be and is a cause for some or much or even most of the violence against Asian Americans over the past year or so. But that's if you believe that Donald Trump wants you to go out and beat up Asian people, then you're just looking for a simplistic out for your own prejudices and hatred. And I think that's basically what's going on here. If you listen to Donald Trump carefully, you will remember even that he said at one point during a press conference, they asked him about calling it the China virus and whatnot. And he said, look, the Chinese people have suffered tremendously, and he has implied basically that him calling it the China virus is about blaming the Chinese government for quote unquote letting the virus out. Now, if you understood what happened in China, you know that the Chinese government took draconian, evil measures to limit the virus to the city of Wuhan, where it originated. They were throwing people in vans. They were keeping people from leaving Wuhan and forcing them to go home to their condominiums and their little apartments and give the virus to their other family members. There were not enough hospital beds. They could have, these people could have gone to hospital beds outside of Wuhan, but the Chinese government forced them to stay in Wuhan, infect their families, and die from a disease that no one had any understanding of and no treatment for. So if you listen to Donald Trump carefully, he's not feeling any sort of connection with the Chinese government. He's blaming them for not doing something that was impossible. It was impossible to contain the virus. Okay, so that is another part of his twisted logic that may have contributed to the anti-Asian violence. But you don't think for a second that you can draw the conclusion that Donald Trump wants you to go out and beat up and shoot Asian people. Okay? That's just idiocy. That's naivete at its greatest, its most intense. That's cult membership at its worst. Okay? Donald Trump really, really hates the Chinese Communist government. And that's why he was willing to topple the American economy and his own government in order to try to force the Chinese government into a trade deal in which the Chinese government was never going to buy into, right? But Trump was willing to sacrifice anything to get it done. That's the level of his animosity towards the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, so don't confuse that with him wanting you to go out and beat up Asian people and shoot Asian people. Okay, that's idiocy. The problem with the media is they want to make it out that Trump hates Asians, hates Chinese people, and that Trump wants you to go out and beat up and shoot Asian people. So the media is complicit in this as well, because for them, the simplistic and dramatic and paper selling and video selling news is that Trump hates Asians, right? It's just like when they reported that Trump wanted the Proud Boys to stand by and get ready to start, killing black people, essentially. And he was going to give the word, right? Nobody reported when Trump basically said, no, that's not what I meant. right? Because that story is boring. Okay, the interesting story is Trump wants you to go out, beat up, and shoot Asians. But that's bullshit. Okay? So put your fucking guns down. Okay? Keep your hands in your pocket. Keep your hands to yourself. All right? I got nothing against Trumpers. I got problems with people who want to commit acts of violence for no reason. So calm down, take a deep breath. I'm not calling you a racist, okay? If you believe Trump wants you to go out and commit acts of violence against Asians, I'm not calling you a racist. I'm just saying, I know that is one of the reasons why Trumpers get so upset, is because, yeah, the other side keeps calling you racists, all right? And so that drives you nuts. And then you go say and do something that drives the other side nuts. All right, so this is a stupid game. All right. So let's get back in the middle and say, hey, everyone is for everyone, and we're all in this together. We're all trying to survive 2021. Things are going to get better. Put your resentments aside. If you got any resentments, resent an individual, not a whole group of people. If someone did you wrong, then go find that person and write him some hate mail. All right? But don't try to punish a group of people. That's the definition of racism. And I'm not calling you racist. I'm just imploring that you don't behave like a racist. Thank you and good luck.